Hi, so my presentation is on finding financial stability and personal identity in Congreve's Love for Love and in a global pandemic. Now, I chose this text specifically because I think it is one that is super relevant today and should definitely be taught in 2020. I like it because it focuses on financial inequity and confusion. And not only do my students have that, but I have that as well. So I thought it would be a really great pairing for this year in particular. So, to understand a little bit more about my choice for this text, you need to know a little bit more about me. I am a first year high school teacher in Orlando, Florida, and I am also a recent graduate of the University of Central Florida. I just recently got my bachelor's in English education, and this is my first semester at ASU getting my master's in English. Now, to understand me, you have to understand my kids a little bit as well. So, this is my team. I teach varsity speech and debate. I also coach that, and then I also teach English for honors to 12th grade. So, I'm constantly keeping in mind as I'm reading texts for this course and others how I could use these pieces in my own teaching. And something that's great about teaching 12th grade is that you have the opportunity to kind of wiggle the curriculum however you'd like. So, as I'm designing curriculum, I'm always thinking about what I would want to teach my kids and why. Because I have these students, the debate kids in particular, they are super driven. They want to be politicians, attorneys, lawyers. They've known since birth that that is their goal. But then I have these other seniors for English, and they're not as sure. They're a lot more like me when I was that age, where I haven't quite found my passion yet, or I haven't figured out exactly what direction I want to take my passion in. So I spend a lot of time just talking to them about their future and helping them make the right choices. So specifically, a couple of questions that they have for me pretty frequently are to do with college and what I got my degree in and what my job is and what degree they think that they should get for their job. And they are super curious because I think they just don't know what to predict. They don't know what's coming next in life. And they're at a position where they're confused and they know what they need, but they're kind of branching out on their own for the first time and they need guidance. And I think that's exactly what the protagonist of this text, Valentine, was feeling the same. So I am looking at this piece specifically because it focuses on money and identity and responsibility, and just the confusion that exists between those. And I think that it's not only relevant to me. I graduated in a pandemic, trying to find a job, trying to sort out myself, who I am as a person, especially in quarantine, and then also trying to help my kids do the exact same thing. They're at a much younger level, but they are trying to figure out who they are and how a job and a career and college loan debt fits into that. So, this text in particular, I like it because it is relevant. I relate to it, my students relate to it, and I really think when a teacher relates to a text, they are able to teach it so much better and so much more passionately. And so for me, that's a plus. Also, accessibility. If I was going to teach a English drama, it would be this one for sure because of the language that's used and because of the content. Not only is the plot relevant, but the language is not something that's overwhelming. Even for my ELL students, I feel like it's broken down really nicely and the translation is super digestible. And I also like this because in my class, I'm always trying to teach really practical content and work on personal growth. And I think that this one is so good because it helps the kids that don't necessarily know what their dream is yet understand that it's okay to feel unmotivated or confused or unsure about what they want to do and normalize the uncertainty that comes with that journey. And I think that that is just displayed so well, specifically between Valentine and Angelica. I think that that dynamic is something they can really relate to. So this is a quote that I choose, and I wanted to include it because it's something that I feel like is so true for me and my students. It's would anything but a madman complain of uncertainty? Uncertainty and expectation are joys of life. Security is an insipid thing, and the overtaking and possessing of a wish discovers the folly of the chase. As much as I would love to have a couple days of just normal, I can definitely relate to uncertainty in my own life and with my students. So I totally think you should teach this text. I think it's valuable in 2020. I'm definitely going to cover it with my kids. I think anyone else that is not familiar, it's got some great lessons and morals, and I 100% recommend it, especially this year. And that is it. Thank you so much for your time. Please, I encourage you to explore this text.